Well, well, awake at last. You gave us quite a scare. But you're here and the war's all but over. So who are we to complain? I was hoping you could tell us. Sidon and I were fighting a few remaining stragglers when all of a sudden they started this unholy wailing. I guess you must have killed Gadflow, because the Tuatha started screaming and ran away. There are still a few diehards, but they don't have the fire in them, you know? Wasn't much longer before Aelin showed up carrying you over her shoulder. Told me to watch over you, make sure you were okay. She left some kind of note for you, but I know better than to read a private message from the likes of her. There are still Tuatha who refuse to surrender, but yes, the war is ended. You should have seen the parade in Rathir. As for what's next, well, that's a tough question. See, a lot of the soldiers asked me for readings after the fighting ended, and try as I might, I can't see a fate for any of us. Tyrnok, you don't expect me to think that Gadflow's god was real, do you? No, impossible. Whatever happened down there, though, it changed everything. At least for now. First she works with us, then she betrays us, then she saves your life. I admit I don't know what to make of that woman, but I feel like we owe her. Not that I'd know how to find her, or pay her back for that matter.
Good morning, sir.
Good to see you up and out of your quarters. This here is the lower hall of the Orbicant. The Council has granted this rare honor in light of all you've done for us, for all of Alpha kind. They have also allowed me to offer you access to the reserve armory, if you would care to have a look. Rare weapons and so forth, procured for Rathir's leaders and defenders. They must still be paid for, I'm afraid. But please, have a look for yourself. I do hope your stay has been restorative.
The champion of Melsen Shear. How may I help you? Go with us at his blessing.
Miss Leogriff's many marvels.
Lord Candrian is such a disappointment.
Forgive the intrusion, Your Grace. I am Sergeant Brom, Melsenshire Command. I have been sent to fetch you. Your presence has been requested by the Scholia Arcana. They mean to speak with you immediately. The old Fate Weaver? He's not in the city. He's been sent elsewhere on a mission. I don't know anything beyond that, but I have a feeling the Scholia Arcana will. I know what you did. We all do. And we're grateful. So many dead. This truly is an honor. They said it was urgent. I didn't want to bother you, but... well, I've got my orders. Mages always have their reasons. I'm just the messenger. Not my place to say, Your Grace. You'll have to take it up with the Viator. Come along.
Good day.
Greetings. Good day.
So, all the stories are true. I didn't dare believe it. You have done all of Amalur a great service, Faithless One. And I wish my coming here was under different circumstances. But the reality is that we face a new threat. One born of our recent victories. I am Ambith, a fellow Fate Weaver and citizen of Amalur. One who, I might add, is in your debt. It's that very attitude, that very disregard for nature that has put us in this position, Faithless One. The gnome must have forgotten your humility when he dragged you back into this world. I am Lord Ambith, leader of the Order of Fate Weavers. I have watched you from a distance with both dread and fascination. Tragically, your greatest feats, the defeat of Tirnoch and the restoration of Melsenshire, have come at great cost. After taking so much damage, the tapestry of fate itself has begun to unravel. And now the whole of Amalur threatens to come undone. That is why I have summoned you. The Order has heard disturbing reports from the west, from the region of Mithros. Niskaru sightings. The gathering of a secret brotherhood. There is even talk of a new god rising. As if we needed another one. Your ability to control the threads of fate has begun a process that will end in destruction. Unless it is reversed. The Fate Weaver, Agarth Ulfric, was sent ahead to gather information, but he will need your help. You must go to Mithros. You must learn the truth, and you must save us all from a fate worse than death. That remains unclear, but the rumors are troubling. The name Telogris has been whispered in more than one instance. Telogris, god of chaos. Surely this is a mistake, but we must learn all we can.
The old warrior has a long history with the mountain dwellers. They trust him. Most importantly, he was once an ally of the master weaponsmith Scald Atlas. She will be crucial to your mission. Yes, we did not believe it possible. Sadly, many things that were believed to be impossible have come to pass. There is not much time. If only that were true. We must proceed regardless. The cliff pass into Mithras has only recently reopened, and you will need to secure a permit to enter. Secrecy will be to your advantage, which is why we advise you not to reveal your true identity. Try not to attract attention, for once. Follow the settlers west, and learn what you can about the forces gathering there. Find Agarth if you can. It is true, I cannot see your fate, but I choose to place my faith in people not in their destined paths. May you make good choices. Not all Fate Weavers align themselves with the Order, and those in service of our enemies will know what we plan to do. You will be expected. Anonymity may be your greatest weapon. Mithras is a dangerous territory, plagued by bandits and rock slides. The Alpha army has tried to staunch the flow of refugees by requiring permission to enter. Those who cross into the mountains do so at their own peril. Perhaps this is your chance to prove me wrong. Goodbye.
Greetings.
Odd things. Oh, such a state.
Do not miss Leogryph's many marvels.
I'd go and have a market.
Over common sense.
Excuse me, coming through.
Hey! No, can't be. I stand in the presence of greatness. If only my friends could see this. You're famous. They're making dolls of you. Did you know that? For the kiddies, I mean. Well, I have a few, just for me. Not in a strange way or anything. 5 years, right here. Didn't lift a sword. Didn't so much as raise my voice. Not much to write home about, I'm afraid. I made up plenty, though. Really juicy stuff. Now that I think of it, that may end up being a problem. All caravans of people heading into the mountains. I'm a little jealous, actually. All those new opportunities. Got something called snow out there. All white, cold, like water, but crunchier. It's wild! Ah, the call of the West. Cold out there. You'll want to pack something warm. I've thought about going west myself. I hear it's a new frontier out there. Open land. Nobody telling you what to do, whom to fight. Most of us could use a fresh start after all this fighting. I'd love to see the mountains. Maybe search for the lost city of Groundhold. Well, here you go. 1 Mithros permit. Now don't go selling that on the black market. Honestly, don't. I'll get sacked. It's been changing. Ever since the Tuatha fell, weapon masters think it's only a matter of time before it loses its magic altogether. Too bad it couldn't have happened sooner, like 10 years ago. I'll be here.
A drink? A plate of roast?
Prayer for our sins. Don't steal my spot.
Hello, Private Sterling. Alpha Army, Mountain Brigade. State your business. My sister fought under General Tolera on the day of the Pale Swans. She died alone in Cluracon. The day after we received Bindi's death notice, I made the journey to Dyden Hill and enlisted. That was 10 years ago. Well, you've come to the right place. Do you have the proper paperwork? Ah, that's it. Thank you very much. Let's take a look. Everything seems to be in order. You certainly pack light for a settler, not like the rest of these poor souls. You'll be fine so long as you have a weapon. One last thing. I'll need a name for the border records. Refugees, migrants, settlers. We've got a mix of everything, but they've all got one thing in common: hope. I hear a lot, and folks are saying there's opportunity for a new start in Mithros, somewhere out in those mountains. I might even head out west when I'm done with my service. Start over. Where do I start? First of all, you've got plenty of wild beasties lurking in the cliffs. Wolves, cliff barghests, you name it. And we've seen a noticeable rise in Escaru sightings, if you can believe that. Maybe it's everything going on out east, or something new, but you can't take a stroll without stumbling over a chaos monster. Hilarious. We'll see how long that sense of humor lasts in Mithros. Be safe. Yes? May I help you? Hold on. Give me one moment. It's this damn border manifest. Doesn't add up. I told Private Lloyd how to do it, but that fool is more interested in impressing these young farmers' daughters than he is in his job. Damn it all. I missed someone. A settler on the manifest. One of the folks who came through the checkpoint. If my superiors found out, I'd be sacked. No question. Ever since they opened the pass, we've needed to monitor every person coming and going from the region, in case of spies. But someone got through. I just don't know how. Maybe a stolen ticket. Truly. Only if you mean it. It's just that, well, I can't leave the checkpoint, but I need to check some of the names of the manifest. If you're willing to lend a hand, I could probably spare some supplies, or maybe an extra piece of equipment. But if I find out the intruder is you, well, there'll be hell to pay, for both of us. Off you go.
I'm excited to see snow.
Welcome to the Westwood. Nan lay atop the woodpile, grey as a day-old fish. And old Harlan set her ablaze, the last echo of our leaving. Said farewell, kissed the earth, the last echo of our leaving.
Looking for anything in particular? I've got the latest inventory.
Greetings! Hello there. Beautiful out here today, isn't it? You couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. No problem. Glad to help. Are you with the Alpha military? I wouldn't doubt it. I know better than to lose my border permit. If our family wants to make a successful go of it, we'll need all our papers in order. Here you are. Farewell.
Welcome to hell.
What a sec.
Hello, hi, yeah, do you have a few moments? I'm looking for someone. Anyone, frankly. We seem to be in a bit of trouble. Our caravan has been attacked, you see, and we're searching for an extra hand. Preferably that hand would be holding a sword, or a hammer. A bow is fine too. We're not picky, really. Ambush. Not sure of much else. Pledge Shield Bolton was the only passenger, and we haven't seen her since it happened. It's as though the attackers knew those wagons carried our supplies, food, clothes, tents, weapons. Most of it was ours, but we carried a whole load of goods for the revival camp ahead. They desperately need that cargo. Listen, we have one more Pledge Shield with us, Oscar Grunberg, but he needs to stay behind to guard the rest of the wagons. Would you be willing to investigate the scene of the attack? I'd split a share of the spoils with you. Thank Lyria. I'll be ruined if if we lose those supplies. This will work perfectly. Pledge Shield Grunberg will stay here to watch over the remaining settlers and their wagons. Meanwhile, you can descend the canyon and check to see if there's anything we can salvage. And hopefully we'll learn what happened to Pledge Shield Bolton. See you soon.
Aren't you a welcome sight? I thought I was a goner. Did Grunberg send you? I owe him 10 coin. Bastard was right. Kobolds. There's a nest of the angry buggers back in the mountainside. Somebody needs to see to it, or there'll be more blood. If you're willing to patch me up, I could tag along. I promise I won't slow you down too much. I'll be here. you tread. These kobolds are... I'll be here.
My first day on the line, Captain ordered me and Proudhome to scout the ridge to search for Tuatha. No Tuatha, not that I could see. But mountains. Mountains as far as sundown. Proudhome grinned through the mist. "Welcome to the West Road," he said, his gold tooth glinting.
Status report. Entry 41B. Scholar Cruikshank reporting. Put this on the top of your pile, Fulmerus.
What?
Expedited. Fold down the topmost corner. You don't want to lose it. You were right. The veil is thinning here, worn down to barely an onion skin. Reality is all but threadbare. Send workers immediately. Scribes and engineers. There is much to be done.
Talking about the hero of Missões, but I'd much rather have you beside me. Master Burns told us they were food and medicine for the refugees of the camp up ahead, but I have my doubts. I saw a lot of crates when I was down in that kobold hole, and they were weapons, not food and medicine. Stories say it's an Almain city, or the ancestors of the Almain, the Mitharans. Maybe the stories are true, maybe not. I've never been to the city before, so I'm hoping to see something grand. Now he's smart, that's for certain. Smarter than me. Unlike a lot of these settlers, he seems to have a plan, to have it all worked out. I wouldn't be surprised if he was running the place by the time we reach Crownhold. I joined the War Swan only a week ago. Can you believe it? The candles on my birthday cake were still smoking when I hurried to the local tavern to enlist. Bye.
a feeling about you. You had the bright glow of opportunity. Here's the payment I promised. Now that I've got my supplies back, I can sell them to the highest bidder. Oh, did I say they were for the refugee camp? Oh, my mistake. No, I plan to sell those goods to desperate refugees at ridiculously high prices. I'll make a fortune. All thanks to you. Bye-bye.
Need something?
Dear Pop, another day, another disappointment. I spent days here in the camps, languishing, waiting for the Chaos King to bring us through to his promised land. Disease, hunger, crime. It's almost as if I brought the failings with me. You were right. It pains me to say it. You were right. This was a mistake. Love, Peter.
I assume you've come to intervene on behalf of the settlers. I bear them no ill will, but they are of better use to all of us as test subjects. I didn't intend to continue the well's research. I entered Mithros to start again, to leave the sins of my past behind. But fate intervened, as it often does. And I found myself here once again. So I resumed my work on the recently dead, and subjects are required. This facility is one of a handful of proto-wells built by Professor Hughes. They were the testing ground for his experiments. I was stationed here for several years, working on my necrocrystals. But the professor had me transferred to Alistar Tower. And now, here you are again. The subject returned to the lab for further examination. Of course. I am proud of the breakthroughs we made in this laboratory. The necrocrystal has the potential to change the nature of mortality. My work will dwarf the flawed discoveries of Hughes. What does he have to show for his effort? A reanimated corpse with delusions of grandeur? Its design and theory will perplex you. So think of it as a small, portable revivifier. A well of souls for use on the field of battle. War is eternal. Why not capitalize on its horrors? Science wins. And I win. You never know, Fateless One. The rules of nature are constantly being broken, and stranger things have happened. I would be more worried about yourself. give everyone a chance.
Can it be? Is it you? I am no fate weaver, but I have seen you in my dreams. You are the Fateless One, are you not? As I said, I have seen you in dreams, visions. You search for me, call me by name. You and I will plot a shared path together. And your description matches that of the legendary hero of Mel Senshir. Everyone has heard the stories. No, I am correct. But you require discretion, and that I understand. I too have needed to keep a low profile. There are enemies everywhere. Even Orga, this self-appointed prophet of Telogris. He is only a man gathering power for his own sake. His minions lie and steal. Petty thieves, all of them. Even I've been victim of their crimes. An heirloom of mine. A cherished religious token passed down from my grandparents to my parents to me was stolen. Orga and his followers have yet to answer for it. As I knew it would. It is a simple request far below your typical tasks, but it is of dramatic importance. For this is how we meet, and we must meet before we can join and set out to change the world. I suspect that Orga's chief scoundrel, Tuvan, is responsible for my missing necklace. He was struck by its bright gemstone.
To this ball.
We haven't met. I'm Boldo Bergman. It's nice to see a new face in camp, though I'd be remiss if I didn't warn you. Revival's wonderful, but we have our fair share of trouble. Most recently, a series of kidnappings, including my daughter Heidi. I'm a representative for the families of the taken. I speak for those who've been affected by the abductions. I'm not a wealthy man or a man of any importance. I ran a small import business in the village of Didenhill before uprooting for Mithros. Everything changed when my daughter was taken. My whole life has been consumed with bringing her home. She was a high-ranking politician in Odessa, a legend, but, well, running a refugee camp isn't quite as straightforward. A camp like Revival is shot through with scoundrels, thieves, and drunkards. Nobody, not even Finola, can control them all. We don't know. The preordained prey on the zeal of their recruits. They don't need to kidnap them. And we don't see much of the Red Legion of the Freemen this far west. As far as we know, it could be anyone. Most of us are merchants, craftsmen, or farmers. We don't have the skills for a posse, and the Warsworn are stretched too thin. We don't know what to do next. Very few, but all the missing settlers had one thing in common. They went searching for firewood in northwestern forests. It's a treacherous area, dense, rocky ground, some caves. Watch your step and keep your eyes open. Interesting. I've been wondering whether they're bringing a hired sword. I assumed the Warsworn would be interested in the extra coin. Well, they have their hands full with the Niskaru. If you're willing, we'd gladly take you up on the offer. We can't offer much, but we'll do our best to make it worth your while. Almost all the abductions took place in the north of camp, near the western woods. Goodbye, my friend.
Can you believe this guy? I've seen a lot of false prophets in my time, but this one's in a class of his own. Calls himself Orga. He preaches freedom from fate, devotion to Telogris, as if chaos will make any of our lives better. I have a feeling it's an act. I've got a sense for these sorts of things. I'm one of the only war-sworn in this expedition who actually comes from Mithras. I wanted to do my part to keep the region safe. But it's gonna be tough with all the troubled souls moving in through the pass, bringing their baggage with them. Ever since he and his brood arrived in camp, they've been stirring up trouble. Nothing criminal, but a hair's breadth from it. What else can you expect from chaos worshippers? They see themselves as resistance fighters, rebels against predestination. But I'm worried there's more to it, at least with Augur and his deputies. They like having all this power. Predictably, he won't say much about his past. We did our best to run down some leads, but they turned up nothing. He preaches chaos hope, but I think he's a common crook under all that bluster. Most prophets usually are. The people here love him, though. He promises to cut them free from the hardship they've known all their lives. What's not to like about that? I'm smart enough to take help where I can get it. The war taught me that. Talk to Katerina Hoffman over at the camp warehouse. She's the quartermaster, and she's had a lot of trouble lately. Tell her Kirby sent you, and she'll know you're trustworthy. Watch for trouble.
Okay, don't hurt me. I'm only minding my own business. You're the one who talked to me, remember? Sorry, I'm a little twitchy. Time in revival hasn't exactly been encouraging. So what if I love talking about the hero of Melsenshire or the Fateless One, as some people prefer? That's no reason to pick on me. I was a shy boy in my youth, sleeping among the lambs in the pen, thrilling to stories of the great heroes of Amalur. When I heard of the Fateless One's quests across the world, I was inspired to embark on a quest of my own. Just some creeps who are frustrated with our lack of progress. They can't get past the gates, so they take out their anger on me. It's not fair, but what can I do? I'm a rancher, not a soldier. I raise sheep. My closest friends are rabbits and chickens. I bet nobody bothers you. Too big, too imposing. If only I had your muscle. Or the hero of Melsenshire. You wouldn't need to hurt anybody. No weapons even. All that's needed is for these bullies to see that I'm not alone. That they can't simply terrorize anybody they want. If we don't stop them now, who will they come after next? The first one you should talk to is Dink. He's a disgraced soldier who gets off on pestering people like me. You've got this!
It has been mere hours since the pass was cleared and the soldiers retreated. Already the hopeful crowd near the gates, praying for deliverance. If what I believe comes to pass, none of these wretches will survive the week. They call it revival. It is anything but. The Order's activity has increased tenfold. The uprash and overconfident. Their ranks swell with the disenchanted. More will come, and with them our chances to act will diminish. It is a hope you sent me.
trusted in Lyria, and she has delivered me. My name is Maisie Calhoun. I've been missing for weeks, moved from place to place by these kidnappers. They snatch us from our tents and keep us captive until the auctions. Then they sell us as labourers to the highest bidder.
Bless you.
It's good to see you again. I owe you so much. I still can't sleep, troubled by nightmares of my time in the cages. If only I'd had my ring. None of this ever would have happened. Maisie's luck never failed me. Oh, well, it may sound silly to you, but I've always worn a ring given to me by my grandmother. Maisie's luck. That's what she called it. Everyone in the village claimed she was a witch, but I never put much thought to it. Still, the ring did seem to bring me good fortune. I lost it when the kidnappers took me. I flung it from the cage, hoping someone would happen upon it and find me. Little good it did. That would be lovely, but I have no expectations. Chaos reigns in Mithros, and all of Amalur for that matter. Kidnappers, preordained, Niskaru. It's almost too much to bear. Farewell.
Watch your step. You've got to keep an eye on these trees. They'll grab you. And if it's not the trees, it's the shrubs, prickly bastards. Can't be too careful. That's why I'm going to burn this whole grove to the ground. I am an apprentice in the tree in the branches. The great druid council that spans Amalur's many kingdoms. The reopening of Mithros is a momentous occasion, and we have sent druids to areas across the region. The curse, of course. Didn't you notice my attire? I'm a druid. This is what I do. I'm a professional. I was just passing through, from Dalentarth to Eddervale, when I heard about the disappearances in the grove. Sounds like a wild fae problem to me. They hate it when mortals tread too far into their natural spaces, and they fight back. Someone has to do something. I'm thinking fire. For decades, this mountain pass lay blocked and empty. Now it's overrun with settlers cutting down trees, picking fruit, tipping the balance. One day they'd had enough. One curse is all it takes. Now the Grove is cutting down people instead of the other way round. You and me both. But don't tell the other druids that. You must burn the offending flora to the root. The curse will vanish only with the utter destruction of the host. I doubt we can rescue those whom the possessed plants devoured. But we can prevent further tragedies. It's up to you now. Burn it with fire. You weren't joking. You do enjoy fire. A little too much, if you ask me. I could see the smoke from here. Regardless of how it looks, you've done a good thing. Cursed flora ends up as a problem for everyone, especially troublesome mortals. We can all breathe a little easier. I'm going to linger here for a while, make sure the solution takes. Thanks again, Fireball. That's my name for you now. You have my respect.
Hello there.
What do you need?
Nice to see you.
Mithros isn't what I expected. Much more chaos and bloodshed than I had anticipated. Be well.
Not now. What are you doing back already? I ordered every Oathley to search for corpses along the ridge. We've been finding pieces as far as the plateau. Do you want to be stripped of your stipend and sent packing? If not, you'd better quit with the shirking and rejoin your troop. The settlers from last night, you know the ones, disappeared after dark. Found strewn across the cliffs this morning. Not exactly what you want to wake up to, am I right? Oh, damn. By the light of Mitharu, you're right. I must be getting dense in my old age. My apologies. I've got a host of hired swords running around spooked. We've had a bit of trouble lately. First, the Mitharans lock us out, and now the camp's being targeted by random attacks. Looks like Niskaru frenzies, if you can believe that. And I thought we left all the trouble back east. It started as a single tent, and now it's a city unto itself. They call it revival because the people here are hoping for a new start. Most are settlers hoping to find a new life beyond the gates. Others are veterans of the war, broken souls looking for a bit of peace. They hired our Oathblades to keep them safe. Let's just say it was a much bigger job than we anticipated. My teachers always said they were a myth, ancestors of the All-Main. But they're no myth. They live right here in these mountains, tucked away like a cat in a drawer. They don't take too kindly to outsiders, though. Closed the gates to their city as soon as they saw us coming. Well, that's what we call them anyway. Whole packs of the things. Agitated in a kind of bloodlust we've never seen before. It's all the chaos magic in the air. Some fool in the city thinks he's Telogris, and he's been working his followers into a froth. Telogris, the Chaos King? God of unrest? Lord of entropy? Please. What we need is less of the chaos spectacle and more hands hunting these Niskaru. That's how we make camp safe again. Who, that nutbat calling himself Telogris? Oh, sure. He soars past on his fancy lizard every few days, checks things out. He and his little cult spend most of their time behind the city walls plotting. Agarth? No. Can't say that I know that name. Of course, we get hundreds of settlers and travelers through here now that the path's been cleared. Fancy yourself an Niskaru hunter, do you? Well, I won't turn you down. I can even offer you a bit of gold for your trouble. If you survive. I was just readying a mission into the caves. The Freehold's a favorite den of the Niskaru. It's up the cliffs a ways. You can tag along if you like, but try not to get in my way.